Hey guys, I'm really excited about today's Make It Real project. We're recreating the Untitled GODSWORD from one of my favorite childhood games, RuneScape. Even better, this project is actually sponsored by Jagex, the creators of RuneScape. They've just re-released the classic old-school RuneScape game on mobile in all its original glory. If you've never heard of RuneScape before, it was one of the original and one of the biggest MMORPGs around. And I used to play it when I was like 12 years old or something. You could level up your character and focus on different skills. I used to collect resources and blacksmith weapons to sell in the market to other players. Other players would hone their battle skills and compete in the PvP areas. It's such a nostalgic rush to play it again on mobile wherever you want. Plus, with updates every week, there's always something new, and if you want to play in hardcore mode, you can become an Iron Man, where you play the game completely solo. No trading with other players or teaming up to defeat monsters. They even have an esports event hosted quarterly called Deadman Mode, where the top 2,000 players duke it out to see who comes out on top. Use my links in the description below to play for free. Now, the Untitled GODSWORD is one of the most iconic weapons, which is why we chose to make it. And better yet, we're actually going to be making a miniature version to give away to one of you guys. Stick around to the end of the video for more information on the giveaway. Like all projects, we're going to start with a quick design on the computer. Come with me. Alright, so we've already got the picture in Photoshop, and we're going to use this to actually trace the outline for the CAD model. And to do that, I'm just going to rotate a little bit. Alright, so now I can bring the image into SOLIDWORKS and I'll create my first draft. So you can actually add in a picture to the SOLIDWORKS model. Now this is a really big sword, so I think I'm going to scale it to be about 5 feet long. 5 times 12 times 20.4 millimeters per inch, 1524, 1.524 meters. And now we can start sketching. Alright, so now we can select all that, and we do a mirror, and boom, we have the basic outline of the sword. That looks pretty cool though, right? Alright, so we're actually going to build this in 2 halves. We're going to make the blade as one part, and then we're going to make the hilt as a second part. So I'm actually going to break this part into 2 right now. Alright, now we have the blade by itself, and then we also have the handle by itself. So we're actually going to make another layer of steel on, I think both pieces actually. Alright, so to stiffen up the blade, we're actually using 2 pieces, and we're going to weld in the gap and then grind it smooth.
2 hours later.
Alright, so I've got the handle all modeled now, as well as the blade, and together, it looks pretty cool. Now we just have to export the outlines of these to DXF format, which will then allow us to use a plasma cutter to cut out the outline. Then it's going to be a whole lot of welding. Alright, now that we have all the DXFs, it's time to plasma cut. Alright, so we're going to be using 1/8 steel to build up multiple layers to create the actual sword. Let's go grab it. Okay! Look at all that material usage. You're a genius.
There we go. That should all fit now.
Have you ever seen a hilt that big?
What did you do? That is freaking colossal, man.
That's the blade. This is even more layer crap.
It's as if you made it to scale or something. I'm 5'11".
Alright, we're live streaming the grinder party. Grinder party! Things go so much faster as a team.
What? Huh?
insane.
Blue, James? It's blue.
Alright, now that Bogdan's done with the handle, let's start the blade. Alright, it's my turn to weld. Get out of here. Shoot. Now we just have to do the other side. And then the other side. And the other side. Alright, so we've got the first bead done across the sword, but since we want to give an edge to the blade here, we're actually going to double up the bead so we can put a nice big chamfer across the whole edge. Alright, so we got 3 beads along the edge now, and we should be able to grind that down into a nice sharp edge. Alright, now we're going to let that cool down for a bit, and then we'll attach the other piece of the sword. Alright, now that we've sandblasted the lower part of the blade, we're actually going to heat up the blade and then heat treat it so it's actually going to hold an edge. So, to Stan's forge. Can you go grab the charcoal from inside?
Yeah.
even sharpened it yet. It's a good sign. Oh my god. That's pretty sharp. Boom. GODSWORD. Let's just give the blade a little polish before we sharpen it. Want those. Where's the grinder go? 120 grit.
Nice clean cut.
So we finished the handle of the GODSWORD and the blade. So now it's time to attach the two together. Now, we might not have thought this all the way through because when we welded it, I think it actually like pinched down a bit. Okay. There we go.
This is ridiculous. Gotta have that blue swipe.
Got the scale. Comes up to my mouth.
15.7.
Oh, 16 kilos. Well, by Hacksmith standards, this is actually pretty light. Definitely not a one-handed weapon now. I'm gonna hit some stuff. Or like ice pick someone's head. How much do you think this is worth? 100 million gold pieces? Fight! anybody can stab you. All right. Let's see what this thing can do. Oh, something cracked in my arm. That got it pretty nicely. Watermelon, get your watermelon.
It is important to eat the blood of your enemies.
All right, what's my next victim? Owen? Let's try the log. I'm just curious. Well, color me impressed. That worked really well. That was pretty awesome. All right. This is awkward. All right, what's next? God sword. To be or not to be? Okay, so if you guys haven't checked out Old School RuneScape on mobile yet, it's completely free to play and there's a link in the description below, and playing it will actually help this channel and ensure we're able to make awesome projects like this one. Now, the creators of RuneScape, Jagex, asked me to recreate the combo move that you do with the Armored Godsword, but I don't think they realized that the sword would weigh about 50 pounds, making this combo rather difficult. So I'm going to do my best to try and learn how to do this combo swing. Let's put it up on screen right here to see what we have to do. So it's kind of like an underswing and then a twirl in the air. So before I try it with the sword, I'm going to use something a bit lighter. So it's kind of, and it's a one-handed move. So it's something like, I think. And that's how you blow out a shoulder. Okay. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna use two hands. Okay. All right, now swing. Yeah! Oh!
Breathe, breathe.
Whoosh.
That's pretty close.
Nailed it.
Kind of. Are you guys happy, Jagex? Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was awesome revisiting one of my favorite childhood games to recreate the Godsword from RuneScape. If you guys want to win a miniature version of the Godsword, then you can enter our giveaway. All you have to do is play RuneScape on mobile using my link in the description below. Then, to enter the contest, simply follow us on social at the Hacksmith and post a screenshot of you playing RuneScape on your social media with the hashtag HacksmithOSRS. Then, we'll do a random draw at the end of the month. Good luck! Full contest details are in the description below.